Hi Cancer, here is a general look at your solar chart for March 2014, and I'm going to do this a little bit differently this month. I'm just going to do a few minutes of a nutshell version for you, those of you in a hurry. If you want to see the whole article on the month, go to my website DianaGarland.com. So there's going to be the nutshell version, and then I'll just go on into my usual kind of ramblings. But they're not going to be as rambling as the article on my website. And also, the article on my website, you can find the parts of the dates of birth in your sign that have been most strongly affected by the planets this month as well. I'm not going to say them here. So the nutshell version will overall for you Cancer, this is the time for you to spread your wings. You should be spreading your wings and launching into new enterprises, thinking bigger as you consider the options. And in March, you're gathering information. You're sort of putting together a game plan for the future, and taking speculative interest and creative ventures more seriously. Though maybe taking a bit of a gamble on something, but you will have to be patient as you wait for things to bear fruit, because that's where Saturn is and will be there until the end of the year. You may be feeling a little sensitive or sentimental. There's a lot kind of going on inside of you, and you need to be dynamic and decisive, perhaps regarding family members, the home base, or property matters. But from the end of the month, you should be showing your authority, taking on your responsibilities, and going forwards with your goals. And that's the nutshell version. Now, for the fuller version, the new moon on the 1st in Pisces is mixing very well with Jupiter and Pluto in March, who are still currently at odds with each other. So for you Cancer, despite the general tendency to maybe be a little bit oversensitive, take things too personally, hang on too tightly. If you were to maybe shift your position a little and shift into the bigger, take the longer view and shift into a bigger, more adventurous kind of picture, then you'll probably, even though you've got to let go of something along the way, you'll probably be gaining more, because you're going to be preserving something which is of ultimately more value than you. For you. But this would be the right moment to become more informed, find out stuff, but also put stuff out there as you explore a wider range of options outside of your normal environment. Now, until the 21st, the Sun is in a more outgoing, expansive area, which tends to raise the spirits as you see fresh possibilities outside of the routine box, little sort of light bulbs of ideas going off around your head. Some of you may have itchy feet, and with the vibrations increasing, opportunities to escape the daily grind. This is a good moment to just take a break, get out and about, go to places which you're not used to, try out new things, sign up for a course, something like that. Travel or educational pursuits could be emphasized, and you should keep your eye on the distant horizon, or perhaps the distant horizon is going to come to you. Maybe, it's going to be a breath of fresh air from somewhere abroad. Until the 18th, communications tend to be more strategic, involved, or confidential. Your thinking could focus on the financial angle, or be revolving around a space, a venue, property, possessions, but this is not under your complete and utter control. This is, you're having to collaborate, coordinate, share with another. And there may be more discussions related to an agreement or contract because of another or on behalf of another. And your mind will be more introspective, because you're sussing, you're sounding it out, you're weighing it up. Then from the 18th, your mind comes out of this introspective kind of mood and is far more, you're seeing 360 degrees more, things get a lot clearer, and you're not feeling so sensitive about stuff. You're focusing more on those from a distance, again, travel, unfamiliar environments. You're being aware of the fresh potential there, and whether it's to do with distance or it's to do with just ventures, projects, just fresh potential. And then this could be a good time to refresh your mental palette. And this is a plan maybe forming in your mind, getting out of the normal little kind of mental box. So take a break, or just, as I say, put yourself in unfamiliar situations. And also you could be dialoguing with those who've got some kind of specialist knowledge, who are advice giving, teachers, guides, or indeed turn that around, you could be the teacher, guide, or the person with the expertise for others. Mercury very much enjoys this communicative sector and emphasizes higher learning, so academia, also publications, and the legal side of things. You may be looking in having discussions about that kind of stuff and paperwork related to it. And another way that this transit can work is, again, putting the word out there, beating the drum, letting others know your opinions, but also sourcing from other people as well. Mercury does line up with Neptune on the 20th. Everyday thinking could get fuzzy then. There could be mixed messages, crossed wires. You're striving to get clarity, but you're missing something. Deception, in fact, could be a factor. So don't kid yourself into getting worked up and stressed about something that hasn't happened yet, or indeed don't kid yourself into being over optimistic about something. This can also be the result of outside factors, like physically, which sedate or confuse. It could even be something like lack of sleep, or it could be something like very strong dreams, that kind of thing. It's a great time, though, used correctly, it's a great time for deeper insights to come to you, and more imaginative type communications, or you expressing yourself in a more imaginative sort of a way. From the 21st, you'll probably be taking your targets and overall directions more seriously, and becoming more aware of authority figures, red tape, officials, also in some cases parents, and just anybody who is in a position of power, but also you want to come across in the best way you can. And the overall idea is to project an image which is consistent and responsible, and reputation and how you're packaging something could also be part of the picture. In the last 2 days of the month, the new moon in Aries lines up with Uranus, Pluto, Jupiter, and you may feel the need to bust out of whatever's been holding you back. And there is a strong focus on your standing in the community, or in the pecking order, or just in the eyes of others. So be visible, step up to the plate, push forwards with integrity and dignity. Venus, Pluto's also in this area, but Venus in the same area as Venus is in the first week, I meant to say. Venus completes her long transit of Capricorn on the 6th, and Pluto's also been in there for ages. Venus is strong in her favourite place, and affairs of the heart are favoured. You and someone could be feeling closer, really clicking. You could be having a closer rapprochement with somebody that maybe you were on, outs with before. It could be in a personal way, or a professional kind of way, or a business way. Special someone could come into your life. But definitely working one-to-one, if you have to work one-to-one, then it can be pretty okay, and it can actually be financially beneficial for you as well. But if you are liaising with someone, then Venus here tends to mean that both horses will be pulling in the same direction. So it's a good time to have a heart-to-heart talk with someone as well. And then Pluto, as I say, has also been in this sector and will remain there until 2025. So sometimes through trouble and strife, in fact, Pluto's going to help you decide what kind of personal, who you can trust really, and what kind of personal professional relationship is most worthwhile to you. Wherever Pluto goes in the chart is a feeling of letting go before a rebirth can occur. So, you know, some fast friends might fall away, or indeed the dynamic between you might change, or indeed not just friends but partners, you know, people that you're quite close with. This strong drive is going to be growing within you and will push you forwards with significant relationships. I mean, you might meet somebody who you really feel a soul connection with. Is altogether likely with Pluto here, but you have to be careful with that one because they might not be feeling it at the same time as you. So this planet of death rebirth is strongly affecting this close relationship area, and it could mean that some of you are compelled to make a major change or have it thrust upon you by a relationship. And this could work to your advantage in the long run, as long as it shakes things up and clears the decks, and what is no longer serving you just falls away. Finding a fresh direction or another option means steering a new course, and for a while it may take guts and tenacity, but Pluto will give you the deep conviction to see it through all the way. And after a period of disorientation, you will regenerate and you will be a lot stronger. Saturn is now in a very positive angle to your sun sign, so that means ultimate success if you take the long view and pay more focused, nurturing attention to creative or investment projects. Also regarding the affairs of children and young ones, you know, taking a long time for something to unfold, flower, bear fruit. Also in ditto for in a romantic type relationship, and also the same goes again for any speculative venture, any kind of creative project as well, any leisure activity type, sort of related activity, or performance or artistic activity, you know, plugging away at it, taking a long time to come to fruition. And then from the 6th, well, Venus could manifest as an influence which might help you out materially or emotionally in major or minor ways, and that's good news. So this is a good time to acquire and use resources to benefit your material interests with others. It could be through another, through a negotiation type situation, or through just somebody's picking up the tab for you, but it could be through another that actually material, even financial benefits come in your direction, or to do with property maybe. But you're not working on your own here, you know, it's reliant upon the pair of you, as it were. But definitely negotiations could go your way. You could get yourself a bargain, and there is a place of emotional depth. This is a place of emotional depth. So on another level with Venus here, you can feel really touched by somebody. You can also, you yourself can touch somebody's heart. You can really sway their feelings, and they can yours. And also, I suppose somebody could push a button as well, although with Venus here, she tends to balance things out, so it would probably be okay. So this is a great transit for the romantic and artists among you, and also for those of you who are trying to sell something, really. This transit of Venus might mean that some of you want to shift into, get closer, or shift into more commitment with somebody else, and depends on your natal chart, of course, and other things to consider. But Venus here can mean that your feelings will be a little bit nearer the surface, and you could become, you know, more easily influenced and get into an intimacy. A relationship could become more sexual, more sizzly as well, and you could sort of be evolving and regenerating with this transit of Venus in this area in your romantic life. Now, this is a good time to have a heart-to-heart talk with someone, and to, you know, trouble shared is a trouble halved. And so this is a great time to, you know, have a confidential conversation with somebody, because you're likely to find a helper or an advisor or somebody with specialist knowledge who you can trust and you feel okay with. Until July, Mars is in a major transit at the root of your chart, which means you could be a lot busier than usual in and around HQ or with family members. Physical effort may be needed in or because of a space. And outside as well. related to a neighborhood or a community. That community can be over the wires as well. Maybe you're a lot busier working from home over the wires. It can be like that. It could be DIYing. There's a lot of that kind of thing. But you will need stamina. You'll need energy. So, you know, Mars doesn't have an off switch. So just be careful that Mars doesn't run you ragged. And there could be more, you know, hustle and bustle around you on the home patch, or if it's not the home patch, then somewhere else, which you spend somewhere else where you spend a lot of time. Also, skeletons could start rattling in the closet. You know, it can stir up old stuff inside of you. It may be related to a parent, particularly the father, but it can be either parent. And you could be scrutinizing your own reactions, you know, and sort of confronting yourself on things, because if some reactions of yours or the baggage you're carrying is counterproductive to your well-being, then you kind of got to sort of maybe do something about it now. You could be connecting very strongly with Mother Nature, and putting your energies into something which connects with tradition, with lineage, with the family history, that kind of thing. And as far as Jupiter is concerned, well, it's in your sign. I mean, it's a real growth spurt for you, and it's also a great learning curve time for you too, Cancer. Learning through doing, learning through experiencing new dimensions, unfamiliar scenarios. And you'll discover much through those from different backgrounds or belief systems, and maybe more travel, more connecting with those at a distance, different cultures, different philosophies. Just try to avoid trusting to luck or overlooking important details. But this is your opportunity to think bigger and reach for the golden ring on the merry-go-round. That's right up until July, the end of July, towards the end of July. And that's it for this month. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to the forecast for those. And as I say, if you go to DianaGarland.com, you can see the dates on there. And I'll see you the next time.